Welcome to the Leaders Insights podcast. Today's episode, Feature Stores and the ML Data Supply Chain, a CDO's execution playbook. Everyone blames model quality when an AI project dies. You're telling me that's a lie.
It's a comfortable lie. The dirty secret is that most machine learning projects, systems that learn patterns from data to make predictions, stall in the plumbing, not the modeling. The data scientist spends 60–70% of their time rebuilding the same features from scratch. A feature, by the way, is just a prepared input signal. Average purchase over the last 30 days. That sort of thing. And they rebuild it every single time because nobody stored it.
A feature store fixes that. But cynics say it's a solution vendors invented, so they'd have something new to sell you.
The tool is oversold. The discipline isn't. A feature store is a shared library where you compute a signal once, name it, version it, and everyone reuses it. The mistake is buying the software and calling it a strategy. I've watched companies license Tecton or Stand Up Feast, an open-source feature store. And 6 months later, they've got 3 feature stores and no governance. That's not a supply chain. That's a hoarding problem.
Supply chain is your framing. Isn't that just consultant dressing on a database?
No. And here's the distinction that actually matters. A database asks, where is the data? A supply chain asks, who owns this input? What's its freshness guarantee? And what breaks downstream if it goes stale? At one bank I worked with, a fraud model's accuracy quietly collapsed because an upstream team changed how they timestamped transactions. Nobody was watching the supply. The model was fine. The delivery of its ingredients rotted.
So give me the sequence. Where does a chief data officer, the person who owns how the company treats data as an asset, actually start?
Start by auditing duplication, not by buying anything. Go find how many times customer lifetime value has been computed across your teams. At a retailer I advised, the answer was 11. 11 slightly different definitions, all shipping to production, all disagreeing. Step 1 is picking the canonical version and killing the other 10.
That sounds like a political knife fight, not a data project.
It is a political knife fight. Every one of those 11 has an author who thinks theirs is right. Which is why step 2 is ownership. Each feature gets a named human accountable for its definition and its freshness, how recently it was updated. No owner, no feature in the store. That single rule kills more chaos than any software.
Step 3?
Monitoring the inputs the way you'd monitor a production line. You track drift. When the live data quietly stops resembling the data you trained on, most teams only monitor the model's output, so they catch the problem after the bad predictions ship. That's like inspecting the car after it's driven off the lot.
And the payoff is real, or is that a vendor slide?
Tecton's own numbers claim teams ship models in days instead of months. Treat that as marketing. It's their sales deck. What I've measured myself is narrower and more honest. At that retailer, once features were shared and owned, a new model went from 12 weeks of data prep to about 3. Not magic. Just not doing the same work 11 times.
What's the thing smart CDOs still get wrong here?
They treat the feature store as an engineering deliverable and hand it to a platform team. Then it becomes a beautiful empty warehouse. Nobody adopts it because adoption is a behavior problem, not a technology one. You have to make the shared feature easier to use than rebuilding your own. If reuse is more painful than reinvention, engineers will reinvent. They're not lazy. They're rational.
So a warehouse with perfect shelving and no customers.
The best documented ghost town in the enterprise.
Give me the one thing to do Monday morning.
Pick your single most reused metric. Churn, customer lifetime value, whatever. Count how many independent definitions of it exist in production today. That number is your credibility gap. If it's above 1, you don't have a modeling problem. You have a supply chain that nobody's managing, and now you know exactly where to start.
Done. Want to know where you actually stand? Take the CDO self-assessment at mba-training.com.